What's the weirdest way you've ever gotten pulled over by police? I was driving home from visiting my sister Rachel in Denver. It was 2 a.m. on I-80, and I'd already been on the road for 6 hours. My eyelids felt like bricks. My brain was powered solely by gas station coffee, and I was one bad song on the radio away from total collapse. Then I saw it, the most beautiful sight in the world. Taillights up ahead going exactly the speed I wanted. So I tucked in behind this car. Perfect following distance, perfect pace. When they switched lanes, I switched lanes. Construction zone, I slowed down. It was like automotive meditation. I wasn't even driving anymore. I was just existing behind my highway soulmate. 47 miles later, my soulmate turned out to be an unmarked police cruiser. The lights flipped on, and I pulled over, genuinely confused because in my head I'd been the most responsible driver alive. Officer Miller walked up to my window looking like he'd just seen a ghost. His first words, "Sir, are you conducting surveillance on me?" I blinked. "What? No, I'm just trying to get home to Portland." He shook his head. "You've been tailing me for 50 miles, every lane change, every turn signal, every speed adjustment. You mirrored me exactly. That's not normal driving behavior." And that's when it hit me. My phone had died an hour ago. My GPS had gone dark. I had been so tired, so zoned out that my brain literally decided, hey, that guy seems to know where he's going. Let's just copy him forever. I tried explaining this to Officer Miller, but he wasn't buying it. He said, "Show me what you mean by subconscious following." So without thinking, I started copying his movements. He scratched his head. I scratched mine. He tugged his belt. I adjusted my seatbelt. He raised an eyebrow. I raised mine back. That's when he stopped mid-sentence, tilted his head left, and I immediately tilted mine. He slowly waved his right hand, and my right hand shot up like a broken puppet. He took a step back, pointed at me, and said, "Oh my God, you're a sleepwalking copycat driver." Turns out, highway hypnosis is real. My brain had gone into autopilot, locked onto the car ahead, and turned me into a human mirror. Officer Miller called his partner over, and the two of them spent 10 solid minutes testing me. They tapped their shoulders, I tapped mine. They crossed their arms, I crossed mine. One of them spun in a circle, and God help me, I started swiveling in my seat like an idiot. The officers were biting their lips, trying not to laugh. Finally, Officer Miller handed me the most ridiculous ticket I've ever seen. Not a fine, not a warning, just a piece of paper scrawled with "Mandatory rest stop, driver fatigue, proceed to nearest hotel." Then he said, "I've been a cop for 15 years, and I've never pulled someone over for accidentally stalking me with flawless driving etiquette. You're not in trouble, but you're not allowed back on this road until you sleep." And he wasn't kidding. He actually escorted me off the highway, followed me into the hotel parking lot, and sat there until I checked in, like I was some kind of flight risk from my own exhaustion. When I woke up 8 hours later, there was a note tucked under my wiper. "Thanks for the most entertaining traffic stop of my career. Drive safe. Officer Miller. P.S. Your mimicking skills are unsettling." And because the universe has a sense of humor, 6 months later, I got summoned for jury duty. Guess who was testifying in court? Officer Miller. He spotted me in the gallery, raised an eyebrow, and without thinking, I raised mine back. Then he crossed his arms, and I mirrored him. Within seconds, the judge was staring, the lawyers were staring, and Officer Miller was snorting into the microphone, trying not to lose it. The judge banged his gavel and said, "Sir, you're excused." I think I'm the only person in county history to get kicked off jury duty for accidentally turning a courtroom into a game of Simon Says with a cop.